Because something that I did notice in these videos is whenever a dark skinned girl gets their hair done and they're crying for their lives, the comments are like, toughen up, what's going on? She's making it up. Ha 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 ha, like laughing. It's like it should never be normalized that we should have to endure more pain because our hair is kinky, all because of respectability. Sometimes I feel like people are very rough with 4C hair because they want to like almost beat the respectability of like keep it together, look nice, be well kept onto their heads.
Sometimes it don't make no sense. Does it really have to? There is nothing I can say.
Hi, welcome to Maya's world. So some of y'all have been wondering like, where have I been? I've been going through a lot with my health, and I want to like use this video to like tie in a message. So today's video is going to be sponsored by sensitivity, okay? Today's video is all about embracing the beautiful aspects of being a sensitive person. Because sometimes I feel like how we talk about sensitivity, we make it seem like it's an issue, it's an annoyance, especially I feel like this kind of the time that we're living in, people like having feelings, expressing your feelings, like people seem to really hate that. Okay, and I feel like my channel is really about learning to embrace our sensitivities as Black people because our relationship to being sensitive is really, really complex. So I'm going to talk about what's been going on with me and my health, and then I'm going to use it to talk about a bigger issue pertaining to hair and how when you are tender-headed, when you are sensitive and you are a young Black person getting your hair done, the world treats you terribly. For myself, about a month ago, I had a sinus infection, and I went and I got treated for a sinus infection, but my sinus infection turned into an eye infection, and one of my eyes got super, super swollen, and it was like this for a while. And I'm someone who I try to be very connected to my body and like how I'm feeling in my body. And I could just tell my eye wasn't getting better. And the sinus infection, when I went to the doctor for a sinus infection, she was like, okay, you should go away in a few days. And some days my eyes would get better and then it would flare right back up. And then one day I woke up and it spread to my forehead, which is alarming because there's so many things in your forehead. I went to an eye doctor. He was such a great doctor. He explained to me everything going on about how my sinus infection has triggered my eye infection. And essentially, because I had an eye infection and I did my makeup some days because my eyes would, like the swelling would go down. I would do my makeup, the swelling went back up. It had contaminated all of my makeup. So he told me I had to throw away every single thing that has touched my face. If you know me and you've seen my previous videos, you know I'm a slay queen. You know, I give you my two signature looks. I love an eye, I love a lip. I love an eye, I love a lip. I love doing creative eye designs. I love doing creative lip designs. So while I was grieving or like being sad about the fact that my eye was swollen for like 3.5 weeks, I was also I'm even torn that I have to throw away all of my makeup and start from scratch, you know? But I take this as a sign to just new beginnings. I'm going to have to re-get every makeup I've ever had. So today I'm literally just wearing foundation and blush and like lipstick, but I just found a way to like, I had to go out and buy things from scratch. So the reason I'm talking about sensitivity with my health was because I noticed that something was wrong, and I noticed it pretty quickly. And even though I had gone to a doctor who hadn't seen it as an issue, I persisted. And fortunately, I had a Black doctor who was able to really look at my situation and find out that my makeup had been reinfecting my eye and it had been spreading to my head. So I say that to say, like, pertaining to health, when you sense that something is wrong, like, it's actually a really beautiful thing. And that is the point of sensitivity. Sensitivity is to let you know that something is not right, okay? So today's topic is going to be around Black hair. And Black hair around children, because as we know, children in society are probably one of the most vulnerable people we have on this planet. Like, because as a child, you're not really able to advocate for yourself the same way that you are as an adult. And something that I've been seeing going around online, particularly on TikTok, has been videos of people doing Black children's hair. And as they're doing their hair, they are screaming, crying, and wailing, right? And how people receive that, how I've experienced it. I just want to talk about what I'm seeing. Today's question is like, why are we so rough and tough around Black children's hair? And I was thinking about how to like show this video in an ethical way, because I don't want to put this child's, I don't want to like, I don't know. I got really insecure about like showing a child's image online and stuff like that. Even though the creator had shown it on their TikTok, I don't want to like reproduce it. So I'm going to hide their face. And I also don't want this to be where we attack the person who's doing this child's hair either. So like, but I just want to talk about this style of doing hair and the reception it has and what I see in the comments and what kind of conversations I see coming from it.
I can live with this. I can live with this. But no, ma'am. She went to twisting and turning, baby. I can't deal with that. Auntie is old, baby. No, ma'am, honey. No. This one can't come back. You know what? I got something for her. I got something for her because she sat over there and told her mama she just don't want her hair braided. And, like, man, listen.
So as you can see here, there's a stylist and she does these children's hair, and like the way that they are screaming for their life, like it is very, very alarming. I am someone who have freeform locks, so I don't do anything to my hair. I don't manipulate my hair. I don't comb my hair. I don't do any of the things that probably most people who have 4C hair or Black hair do, you know, when you have locks. But and I just want to say, because I know someone's going to be in the comments, my solution for this isn't saying that everyone should have freeform locks. That is not my solution. I am not saying that. And I also want to disclaim that I am not a parent. I'm not a mother. I'm not trying to teach you how to raise your children. But I can sense when something is wrong, especially as someone who has gotten my hair done and can do hair. I feel like, so here's what I think. I feel like people are really rough with 4C hair when they do it, because we are like, how we treat ourselves and how we treat Black people is in replication to how we've been treated. As Black people, we have been really rough handled. And something that I always want to do when I talk about issues is to bring back softness, to bring back sensitivity, to bring back discourse, because I feel like that's really revolutionary while being Black and everything has been so rough on us. So when we do hair, I feel like we're just typically expected to not feel much. And when we do scream in pain, there's always someone telling us that our feelings are not valid and that we are making it up. Something I found so interesting about the comment section of these kind of videos of people doing hair, which has so much engagement, is there's always someone telling the child that she's overreacting. Especially when she's dark-skinned, they are saying she's overreacting. You know how it is. She's just playing. Why can't it be that she's genuinely in as much pain as she's showing? And something that I've noticed as well, to bring in the colorism aspect, because there's a lot of things going on here with the texturism of people feeling like 4C hair. Like I know I'm jumping, but there is a hyperfixation of 4C hair being well done, and the kind of styles that we expect from people who have 4C hair. Like when you have kinky hair, people expect your hair to be done more than if you have a looser hair texture. I will never forget, and I bring this up every 10 videos or so, that dark-skinned girl who was on the ad of like, I think H&M, and she had just had 4C hair in a bun, and people were coming for her hair. But when biracial girls who have a looser hair texture have that exact same thing, we see it cute and fun and like, ooh, girl next door. But when a dark skin girl does it, it's that she's unkept. So because we have these kind of messaging that 4C hair, like we are so quickly telling dark skinned people who have 4C hair or people who have kinky hair that their hair is undone. We so quickly do it that when we see a child and their hair is not as slick, we're quick to make fun of them. We're quick to see that they're unorganized, and that falls on the parents. So what's happening is we're getting people who have 4C hair, we're forcing them to endure more pain to do styles that just do not really work with our hair texture. Like if all of us have different hair textures and all of us have different requirements and different sensitivities, there should be hairstyles that reflect that. I don't understand how, if someone is screaming, crying, like their life is ending, why are we doing zigzag styles of 100 braid? Like, why don't we do a simple, you know what I'm saying? A simple either plait to the back, child, single braids, like something has to be adjusted. Like there has to be a messaging that maybe the style you want does not fit on the tenderness of your head. And I think being tender-headed has a really negative, like it has a negative like connotation because it's seen as like not being strong because we feel like being desensitized is strong, but being tenderheaded is very powerful because tenderheadedness allows you to know if something's wrong with your scalp. Tenderheadedness allows you to pay attention to what's going on your head. It allows you to be able to I think that feeling a lot, even though can be overwhelming at times as someone who does feel a lot, it has beautiful gifts. Like when I mentioned that I had something wrong with my body and because I was sensitive to it, I was able to address it. But I just can't help but feel like what I think is at the root of a lot of these videos of doing black girls' hair is the kind of, I don't know if the word kink is the right word, but this enjoyment of watching black girls get humiliated. Black women in society, like that's why when you go on TikTok or a lot of these apps, like black women getting hurt is like such a big market, and like jokes making fun of black women is like so big. So if black women are always the butt of the jokes, we can only imagine what black girls are, especially when you add sections of texturism and having kinky hair and then being dark skinned. Because something that I did notice in these videos is whenever a dark skinned girl gets their hair done and they're crying for their lives, the comments are like, toughen up, what's going on? She's making it up. Ha 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 ha, like laughing. But when I saw a picture of a biracial person, or sorry, a black person with a biracial child and they're getting their hair done, the child is crying, the comments are like, oh, poor baby, poor baby. And I gonna even draw it in even wider. Like there's a video of a white girl getting, I don't know, some braid she shouldn't have been getting on her head anyway, child. Like she was getting something that was looking rubbish. But a black woman was doing it. And as she was doing her hair, she was like, the white girl was crying. The black woman was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's gonna hurt. Like she had so much compassion for her. But I don't feel like that same compassion would ever be given to a black child who is doing the same thing. This is why when like viral videos go of a white person doing the same thing as a black person, people are like, wow, you're so tough, you're so cool, you can do it. But like you don't encourage black children the same way. Like we love an exception when they are light or white, and we continue to do that amongst things. Like there's an acceptance of dark-skinned people being able to endure more, and that is, sorry, my partner. And that is what I always push back against. Like it should never be normalized that we should have to endure more pain because our hair is kinky. And even though everybody always wants to tell me, oh, you're so sensitive, you're just, why are you doing this? Like sensitivity is really powerful. Sensitivity allows you to be connected to yourself. And, you know, to even bring it into like Yoruba spirituality, your head is a very important part of your body. Like your destiny is on your head. Like, and who you allow to touch your hair is like so, God, it just can't be anyone. And I just feel like the way that I'm even seeing these people do their hair and they're just taking fine comb to kinky 4C hair and just like, I would be crying too. I would be crying too. I remember getting my hair done and I used to be really sensitive, and then I completely lost like feeling in my scalp, and I'm normalized to it. And I feel like also there's an aspect of like, because I went through it, you have to go through it. And sometimes I see that as I'm getting older and older, there are things that I had to go through or my generation had to go through that's genuinely terrible. But the ways that people are like they want the next generation to have that same struggle. Like me, I want things to get easier. Yeah, I had my hair done and like my scalp was burning and like I've lost feeling in my scalp and I've had bleeding in my scalp. But I don't want that for younger people. I don't want you to have so much tension that you're having traction alopecia, you're losing your hair because you were doing all these complex styles at 8 that now at 30 your hair isn't growing because of those styles. Like I don't want that for people, all because of respectability. Sometimes I feel like people are very rough with 4C hair because they want to like almost beat the respectability of like keep it together, look nice, be well kept onto their heads. I don't like it. Yeah, so I feel like these videos really should stop, and I feel like there should be more care given to black children when they're getting their hair done. What happened to pausing? What happened to a water break? Whatever happened to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you see someone and they're using force and aggression on our hair, I'm gonna say that you don't really know how to do our hair. Like you need to add more water. You need to have more time. You need to use more, something needs to moisturize it more. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. But I don't know, have y'all seen, how do y'all feel about these videos of these black girls getting their hair done and it being really rough? Like, what is your experiences with getting your hair done growing up and the pain that you felt. Were you tender-headed? Were you not? I want to know your thoughts. And don't shame sensitivity. If you made it to the end, right? I'm a sensitive crybaby, and I love it for me. And I love that for me. Okay, bye.